What's going on YouTube? This is Phil with BLP3 Motors. Guys, I'm sitting in my brand new 2019 Mustang GT and life's good. Lifestyle's good when you're sitting behind the wheel of this amazing vehicle. But guys, in today's video, I want to show you how the 12-inch digital instrument cluster works, kind of how to navigate it and how to set up things that you want to set up. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you learn it, it's pretty cool. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Oh, in the comment section below, hey, let me know what your setup is. Maybe I want to run a different setup. I'm really curious about it. So yeah, let me know. So let's do this from the start. I'm gonna power on the car and I want you to see everything that I'm seeing. Ooh, I love that. So now what you're looking at is you're looking at normal mode. So the car defaults into normal mode no matter what you do, and you'll know a little bit more about what I'm talking about here in just a little bit. So over here you have your toggle switch, and this toggle is going to switch between modes. There's 4 modes, and so if you look to the left here, I'm going to flip through some of these modes so that you can see them. This is normal mode, this is my mode, this is sport mode, on track mode, drag strip mode, snow wet mode, and then back to normal. Now you've got 2 main buttons here. You've got the Mustang button, and then you've got the settings button right here. So when you push the Mustang button, this is what you're going to get. This is the main menu. So in my mode, basically my mode lets you customize the exhaust that you want, it lets you customize the screen that you want, and it actually lets you customize the mode that you want. So when you find a mode that you like, you can actually have it so that it starts in that mode that you like. So in normal mode, you've got the two things right there, and then in track mode, you've got the one that it kind of opens up, and then in track mode, it's just a flat bar. Let me show you. Let me fix this first. So I set it so that it changes with the driving modes. That way you can see when I flip through the different driving modes, the appearance difference. So now this is normal mode. This is like nothing that's tampered with. And so I'm gonna flip through these things again, but you're gonna see the difference. So now my mode, and it changed to that because this is what I've got saved on my mode. And then this is sport mode, and this is a sport mode setting. So that's what I have saved because I like the look of that the best. And then this is track mode. So track mode changes, that's that flat line I was talking about. So when you rev it up, it's pretty good, I love that. And then I haven't figured out drag strip mode, and then snow wet mode kind of takes you back to that default normal looking mode. So where I was before, press the Mustang button, and I went to cluster appearance. I want to start the car with the sport appearance. So this is the look that I like. Now, in Mustang mode, I'm just calling it Mustang mode, you have Mycolor mode. So Mycolor, you can change the primary colors, which is pretty cool, and I like green. I mean, you can change that so you can see that changing. And then secondary colors. And what's really nice is you can change the ambient color. So this is going to be the color of the gauges and then the door sills and whatnot. So let's choose purple. I like that. Let's go back, make my primary color green. No, primary color needs to be purple, and then secondary color needs to be green. Yeah, that's how I had it set up. So that's my setup. And you can play with whatever you want. You can actually create your own colors here. So you can play with this and kind of create whatever color you want, and it's pretty cool. Now, for those of you who have exhaust mode, so I can choose whatever exhaust that I want. So when you switch through different modes, it will take the exhaust with you. So the annoying thing is that the car starts up and it looks the way I want, but I have to like switch up to go to my mode to get the custom that I like, the custom settings that I want. It doesn't start with the custom settings, and to me that's probably one of the biggest annoyances with this. I mean, you have all this technology that works for you, but you can't like start the car exactly the way you want it every time. But I mean, that's not the biggest problem ever. So what I want to do is I want to show you kind of how to work my mode. So in my mode, all you have to do is hold this button to save the settings. And so as we're looking here, let's say that I want to save drag strip mode. So I go to drag strip mode. So now I'm, now I'm in drag strip mode. Okay. And so now it's not changing. The screen's not changing because I went in the menu and I said that this is the way I want it to look. So now what I want to do is I want to change the exhaust that I want. And so let's go back here, exhaust mode, but I'm going to keep it in track mode because that's really what I want. Okay. And then over here, you've got the steering. And so when you look here, I can change the steering mode, comfort steering, normal steering, and sport steering. So in this setup, I want the track, I want the sport steering, and then I want the track exhaust. So then I just hold down this button, and then it just saves it for me. And then one thing too is that if you look right there in track mode, the traction control is off. But let's go back to my settings. I want my settings. No, I want my settings. So you can't go down too on the switch. You can only go up. That's annoying too. So let's go into my mode. Then I have to go into exhaust mode and change it from sport mode into track mode because the exhaust will follow whatever mode you're in, and then save it. Cool. So then now when I flip, let's get out of this altogether, get back to my mode. That's exactly the way I want it. Boom. So like, let's say that you don't want to see some of this stuff here. So now you go to the settings, you press the settings button, and then you can have a couple different options. So some people like to see their fuel and see there. That's how you get there, okay? But there's another view too. So if you press the Mustang and you go to gauges, you can say show gauges. You can figure out what gauges to show. But right now I don't have any gauges to set. So let's go back to gauges and configure my gauges. And so there's a choice. You can go air fuel ratio, air axle oil temperature, cylinder head temperature, engine oil pressure, inlet air temperature, trans oil temperature, vacuum, and voltage. So let's say I want to choose air fuel ratio and then cylinder head and then oil pressure. So now when I go back, I should see those gauges, and they're right there in the center. So guys, that's a little bit of a rundown on how to work that 12-inch instrument cluster. It's kind of cool. It's a little bit of a thing to kind of, you know, get into, but once you fart around with it, once you spend some time with it, you'll find the exact settings that you want. I'm still trying to find out the exact setting that I want. There's a couple things where like I don't want all that trip information, but I want to see the fuel economy. So I'm not sure if there's a customization that I can get into that'll do that, but I'm curious about it. I'm going to play with it a little more. I haven't settled down on the exact colors that I want, but right now purple and green are really cool. And there's a lot of features and stuff that I'm going to outline on this car, but I hope this video was helpful. Again, guys, in the comment section, let me know what setups are you using, what is your favorite mode. Oh, and one thing about sport mode is when you're in sport mode, it holds on to the gears longer, so I kind of like that. So I kind of like, I fart around town with that, and then I put it in track mode for the exhaust, and then when I go on the freeway, I put it into normal mode because I don't want to hang on the gears, but then I still keep the track and exhaust. I just love that loud exhaust. But anyways, if you haven't liked this video already, please like the video. If you're new, please subscribe. And guys, I hope you guys have not let the ads just skip. Watch the ads. They help pay the bills. Believe it or not, this is a fully functioning YouTube channel, and the money that goes into this goes back into the channel. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you in the comment section.